want you all to first scan this. Can everybody scan the check-in code real quick? This is how we know you attend trainings. So if everybody can scan the code, check in. This class is 5 steps to starting the week, or you can just put start the week as the class title, start the week. I'm fine with that. You don't have to write the whole thing. That's too much. Do that. Everybody online, do the same. Okay. Okay. Hopefully everybody's got it. Oh, Jaden, did you get it? Sorry, I was moving on you. I didn't make it easy for you. Okay, great. All right. Then let's talk about this. Why have a plan? Well, if you don't have a plan, then how are you going to get, it's like following a map. If you don't have a road map, or if you don't have GPS on your phone, how do you know how to get to places? Well, sometimes just because you've gone there enough. But new places, how do you go? And all of you are new to this world of real estate. So you need maps. You need road maps. You need to know, what am I going to do? And it is about the power of consistency. And Mondays are the perfect day to take the time to know, what am I going to devote my week to? What's it going to look like? What should it look like? How many people do I need to talk to? So scheduling that time on your calendar for thoughtful planning to then be able to implement. Because I know a lot of people that are great at coming up with great, fabulous ideas, but they're not good at implementing. I know people that can come up with a plan, but then put it off, right? Procrastination. Humans, we are procrastinators. Some of us worse than others. I used to be really bad. I'm much better now. I don't know, with age. I think the fear of not doing is too clear to me. So I'd rather get it done and not have the stress of oh, I should be doing that. I'm not doing that. I don't want to do that. And putting things off. And this is where, if you would take about 90 minutes every week on a Monday and focus the time on your business, because otherwise you're just going willy-nilly. I'm doing a little here, I'm doing a little there, I'm doing a little this, I'm doing a little that. That's not a plan. We want you to have a plan. We want to make sure that you are touching people. When I say touching, not physically touching, contacting them. Well, you can hug them if you know them. That's okay. But I want to make certain that you're scheduling the time to work on this business. Now, and especially for those of you who are juggling other jobs or full-time motherhood, because that's a job. That's a full-time job. No doubt about it. Make certain you're carving out the time for real estate, because I'm going to be perfectly blunt. This business does not work unless you can, especially if you're dual career, unless you can spend a minimum of 20 hours on this business. I mean, really spend it. If this is your full-time job, then it needs to be 40 hours or more. You're not going to get, this isn't the type of job you can put in 10 hours and sell 2 million. It ain't going to happen. Or you just get lucky once. It's not, luck is not consistent. Work, byproduct will get you the consistency. So that's where we want to make sure that you're taking that time every Monday morning. Or maybe it's Sunday. For some people, they like to take the Sunday evening or afternoon to think about what their week's going to be looking like. Either way, I'm okay with whatever that looks like. But make certain you're taking that time and not just, oh, it's Monday, and you just run out the door. Because that's easy to do, just run out the door. And once you all start getting busy, I'm going to tell you that if you don't protect your time, you'll be chasing your tail. You will be chasing your tail, and you will not be doing anything well because you're just running around. Does it make sense? So time blocking, how many of you keep either a digital or paper calendar? You live by that? Are you really good at it? Okay. Okay, thank you for the honesty.
Much as we can.
Yeah, I get it. You're gonna have to work on it because you're gonna have to, with everything that you have, think about it, with all of you have more than one thing on your plate. You do. You have personal responsibilities, you have other things. You've got to be scheduling the time to do this business. And we want you to focus on the business building in the morning because in the afternoon, it should be for appointments and other things that come up. Now, that doesn't mean that you're never going to meet with a client in the morning. It's going to happen sometimes, but you should avoid it at all cost if possible. Because if you think you're going to do your lead generation and your market, all that stuff in the afternoon, you don't know some days what's going to happen in real estate. I very often on a Monday, I knew what I wanted to work on, but I didn't maybe have any appointments. And then I start contacting people and all of a sudden my schedule is filling up. So many times in real estate, it's not like you're going to be able to book your schedule 2 weeks in advance. People are more spontaneous than that in what we do. It's just honest goodness truth, isn't it? You see it, especially with Kit. You've seen people just, I want to buy a house, and you're like, whoa, I want to put my house on the market. Whoa, could we had a little lead time on that? Not always. And so you've got to be prepared for that. And if you are not protecting your time, and also you need to protect your time because of clients. One of the things I'm going to tell you is, I'm going to ask you, what are your hours, your work hours? Olivia, do you have work hours? And Kit is not a good example of work hours. And I love her dearly, but I know that.
I would say until like 4 p.m. and then I stop making appointments.
Okay, okay. I would say, what are your work hours? And you need to stick to those as much as possible. And you need to tell clients. I know agents who even put it on their phone. If you're calling me after 7 p.m., leave a message or send me a text message or email and I'll get back to you in the morning. Now, here's what they do tell their clients is if for any reason we're in the middle of a transaction, then we'll work whatever those hours are, that unless it's unreasonable, like 11 o'clock at night. Nobody makes good decisions at 11 o'clock at night, especially if they've had a glass of wine or something. So, but otherwise you need to be thinking about having work hours. And how early can they contact you? Because the minute, Vicki, you let somebody contact you at 11 p.m. and you answer, then they're going to do it all the time and they're going to be mad at you if you aren't responding to them at those hours. Does that make sense? So you have more control than you think. And if you don't take control now and already have that in your head while you're thinking about your time blocking and everything, then you're going to get used and abused by clients. I'm sorry. Have you had clients use and abuse?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah,
Absolutely.
of course.
And you have to stop. It's hard to stop them later.
It
You have
is.
to be harder on them.
Yeah.
And then they take offense. It's like, well, they think they have access to you 24/7. This is not life and death, even though sometimes it is stressful, what's going on in real estate. This is not life and death. And so we are not doctors. No one's going to die, even if they act like they're dying. And protect yourselves. It's so important to protect yourselves. So in this time blocking, make sure that your calendar, because one of the things your coaches should be asking you is show me your calendar. Show me the times you're working on real estate. Because if it's not on your calendar, I'm not believing it's happening, and it's probably not. Or it's happening in just little bitty pieces, right? We don't want that. Prepare your list. Who you're going to contact during the week. Be thoughtful, be proactive of who is that going to be. Right now, all of you should be focusing on everybody in your database. And then the new year, what's going on? How are you? Catch up with them. Just ask them, how were your holidays? Did you guys do anything fun? Was anybody sick? I mean, kids, did they go back to school today? Yeah, a lot of kids went back to school today. Didn't yesterday. Gather your tools. What do you need to have to be able to do these activities? If you're going to do some handwritten notes, do you have cards and stamps to be able to send them off? There's a huge power in handwritten notes because it's a lost art. And if you want to stand out, you have to think of ways that you're not going to be competing for people's attention. And snail mail is definitely one way that you can stand out. You meet somebody or you have a conversation. If I were you and I were reaching out to everybody in my database to wish them a happy new year and see what's going on with them and if they have any real estate plans for 2026, I'd be following up with a handwritten note or bare minimum, a text message following up and saying, it's so great to talk to you and follow up and hear what you guys have been up to. I'll keep you abreast on what's going on in your neighborhood real estate wise. Whatever that conversation had to do, circle back to the real estate. And then log all those conversations into Command. Now, unless you're super new, you should have everybody who's in here in Command. Because the power of your database is only as good as all the data you collect and put in it. And that means notes. So I've been doing new agent recruiting for almost 13 years. It means I've talked to thousands of people. Every year, I average about 200 appointments minimum. So I talk to over 200 people. Heck no. I'm always taking notes though. And those notes go into Command so that if I reach out to them or they circle back to me, I can look them up. Oh yeah. And I sound like I remember. My notes remember. You're going to have to do the same unless you have an amazing memory, which I do not. You need those notes in there because you're going to be talking to people all the time. The name of the game in real estate is connecting with people. Because not everybody you talk to every day is going to be ready to buy or sell a house. So you need to continuously be talking and connecting to people. That's either through social media, text messages, in person, telephone, DMs, whatever that is, all those vehicles, and none of them are magical. Well, probably the face-to-face is the most magical because it has the most impact when you're face-to-face to someone. It has the most stickiness, right, in that relationship. So you've got to make sure you're keeping track of all your conversations with people. Your database is also, the quality of your database is going to reflect in your bank account. I'll give you an example. Yesterday for Power Connect Day, Ellie, we asked how many contacts did you make? Meaning how many emails or text messages or phone calls? How many outreaches did you do? She did her whole database. That was 482. Guess how she was able to do that? And she did it via text message. She was able to do it because she had everybody in Command. And she was signed up for Twilio. Twilio is the product in Command in the marketplace that you can purchase for mass text messages. It costs like $3 a month to send 500, up to 500 text messages. Because you don't want to use your own phone. Well, you might, but to that efficiency of being able to send out that many in literally minutes. And from that, she had how many people? I think she had 12 people reach back to her from that one activity that took her just minutes to set up and do. Perfect, right? That's why we're going to do it. I'm going to say on Mondays and every morning, you're going to see, you see on the weekly email that I say at 7 a.m., pivot shift ahead. And some of you are like, what is that? It's not here. You're not coming here at 7 a.m. It is a Zoom call, or you can watch it on the Pivot Shift Ahead Facebook page. It is with James Shaw. He is a big deal in KW. He's a former Bold coach, which is a course that comes once a year into Kansas City. He is a master instructor for Keller Williams. He is coming, it's right there on the screen in the other classroom. He is coming here on January 15th. It's been in my email. Sign up. If you can be there, it's most of the day on the 15th. Nope. We are not. James, what I love about him is not only is an amazing instructor, he's fun, he's engaging. You will not be bored in that classroom, and he's sharing concrete information that's going to help you. Now, the pivot call every morning is a national call. Actually, it's international. Sometimes people from Canada and other parts of the country, the world are on those calls. And I just listen because I'm getting ready at 7 o'clock in the morning, and it is recorded. You can go back to that Facebook page and watch that call or listen to it. But it is the best way you can start your day in real estate. It is positive. It is concrete information that you can use and apply to your business. And what I love is it is an audience, his community is perfect for you all because it is welcoming to new people. It is welcoming to $1 million producers, and they all get to participate. So think of the wealth of knowledge that you'll be exposed to because there are people from all levels of real estate and real estate experience from all over the country and the world sharing what's working for them right now. Best way to get your head in the right place every morning, Monday through Friday. You can subscribe so you can get on the Zoom call. If you don't get on the call before 7 o'clock, it only takes like, a little over 1,000 people can the Zoom call. You won't get in. You'll have to watch it on the Facebook page. So if you want to be able to participate, I usually just put it on mute. Well, he puts you on mute anyway in the beginning, but that's what I'd be doing. And I listen and I get ideas all the time. Some of the things I share with you are directly from that. One of the things you're going to be doing and preparing for on Mondays is who am I going to contact? So you need to make sure that you know who you're going to contact. SOI. Does anybody know what SOI means? It's a term we use in real estate all the time. Has to do with your database. SOI. Sphere of influence, correct. Thank you. You also hear center of influence, COI, SOI. That's these people in here, people that you know on some level. And I want you to stretch your mind. You're going to have people in here that you're going to think, oh, they don't go in my database. I don't know them very well, but you know them. I'm not talking only your besties or your family go in your database. Everybody. Actually, don't even try to clean this up before you put it in command. Put it in command and then clean it up. Because you're going to don't eliminate people because you just haven't talked to them in a long time. You never know who's going to be watching you in real estate now. You're going to be surprised about the people who you haven't seen in years who go or who start saying, Martha. And you'll be like, I didn't even know they were watching me or paying any attention to what I was doing. They are. They are. There are those social media stalkers, the ones. Well, I've got several family cousins who know everything I'm doing, but never interact with me on social media, but they're on there. But I didn't, and I'll be like, oh yeah, you saw that we did that. Oh, okay. Didn't know you were paying any attention because you never participate. People are still watching. They are. Try voice notes. I think that's a great idea. If you're worried that you're talking to people out and about and you're not in front of your computer, I do a lot of voice to text messages to remind me of things and not forget something. It's really important. Here's where you can have fun in real estate. Remember I said it was about getting out in front of people? Stop somewhere local and post about it. We've had a couple of agents, but we have one agent here that she does at least 4 to 6 mornings at a coffee shop. she posts and said, if you're out and about, stop by and hang out. I'll buy you a cup of coffee. Or sometimes she don't even say, buy them, just have coffee with me. You don't have to buy them coffee. There's a lot of different stickers that you can put on your computer that say, ask me about real estate, or all sorts of sayings that you can have on your computer and be working at a coffee shop. You don't have to home or be in the office, because you got to be connecting with people, right? So, and support a local coffee shop. They love the exposure too. So here you can say in a social media post, Monday Mood, supporting local, just grab coffee from wherever. Hattie's right across the street here. Where should I try next? Try to get some engagement, interaction with people, and invite them to come visit you while you're there. So she actually puts her schedule out. Like she's already, Beth has already posted her schedule of what coffee shop she's going to be at on what days and what times around Kansas City. So that's kind of fun, right? Who doesn't like to just like hang out at a coffee shop? I do. And then also have people meet, and then people will come up to you too, especially if you've got something on your computer. Don't underestimate people being nosy and go, hey, what you do real estate? Let me ask you a question, right? Map out 4 to 5 potential stops for the month, just like, and you could do, it doesn't have to be coffee shops. Maybe you visit the local hardware store or garden center when the garden centers start opening up in March. I can't wait. I love me some flowers. And be able to post about that. Follow up with old leads, or since many of you don't have old leads yet, but some of you do because you've been doing open houses or you've been working FSBOs and expireds and that type of thing. Go back to those people. Now it's the start of the new year. Even if they told you, oh, they're not going to do anything for a while, things change. People's lives and what's happening in their lives can change tomorrow. Somebody who looked like they're happily married could be headed to divorce court next week. You don't know. You don't know. You got to be touching these people. Unfortunately, I hope that's not the case, but it happens, right? It happens. So, and then you can say, especially if they're not ready, if they say, no, we're doing okay. Do you mind? Look at this pro tip. Mind if I send you occasional market insights to stay informed? This keeps the communication open without pressure and positions you as a trusted resource. Give them something of value, especially if they live in a neighborhood. You can say, I can give you neighborhood insights. Would that be of value? Would you like that? Something that can keep you in front of them. Handwritten note or gratitude video. I don't do it as much as I should, but during COVID, I did a lot of video text messages, a lot, because I couldn't see people. There was a period of time that I couldn't meet with people except on Zoom. And so I would do that. I would do a lot of messages, or to our agents. We weren't seeing our agents as much. And so I'd be sending video text messages all the time. That's more, I mean, you notice that when somebody's, you click on that and somebody's right there in front of you, more than even just a text message. So think of ways of keeping in front of people or following up. Remember, I said that handwritten note can really, really stand out. So here is, and it's also in the materials, is a nice tracker to get you started on these Monday mornings. Like, who are the 5 past clients or database that you're going to, I'd like to see you do 10 a day, be really honest, because I'd like you to get to 50 a week. Are you going to shop or stop somewhere locally? Who are you going to follow up with? Who are you going to send a note or a video to? And go in and listen to the pivot shift ahead and write down one takeaway. What is something that you want to know more of or that you might apply to your business? So your assignment for this is what this helps you do is you're building momentum. You're going to be creating habits by starting your week out powerfully and purposefully. And then you're going to start seeing results because I promise you, you put in the work, you will see the results. What I can't guarantee is how long it takes to see those results. But if you give up, or if you take the foot off the gas pedal, then you're breaking the momentum. And this business is built on momentum. And momentum means activities and getting further down the road through your education, through your activities, those open houses, those reaching out to your database, all those activities, those are going to pay off. I just can't tell you when it does. And that is what is going to get you to success, because that's persistence and consistency, right? And that's what I said is so important. So you'll see right here, I want you blocking your calendar for that Monday, that special time. First, start there. Now, that doesn't mean I don't want you to block the rest of your calendar, but I want you to start with that purposeful time on Monday. So you're really thinking through, what do I need to accomplish? How much training do I need to get in this week? How much of digital chalk do I need to knock out? What haven't I accomplished there? I'll spend an hour doing that. I'll spend 2 hours on my database and reaching out to people. And then make sure that you know who you're going to be contacting. And then tell other people what your goals are, because that helps you hold yourself accountable. There's something about if other people know what we said we're going to do, they're not going to beat on you, but it gives you a heightened sense of awareness that I need to get this done because I spoke it out loud. Others heard me. Okay, this helpful?
They're gonna be asking.
They're going to be asking. Some will, some won't. Find people who care enough about you to say, how's it going? What are you working on this week? You need, the most powerful group I had were my peers who started new with me. And they became very dear friends because we were on the same journey together and we helped each other through the good times and the hard times. So, okay, let's head to the business meeting in the training room. Going to have great information in there today. Very powerful stuff. Those of you on Zoom, go get your student guide on the Launch Facebook page for all of this material. And thank you for starting the new year so strong. I love it. All right. Thank you. You are so welcome. I'm so glad you guys are here. Makes my day. Yeah, now it's a traffic jam to get out. Go grab a seat in the